Love the Mayan, huh? In la catch. I am another you. Uranus is actually two faces that are not looking at each other, united by the cross of matter. So these are all the guys in the shop. This is the union people. They normally aren't together groupie types, but they're tied together when it comes to the physical things, the wages, the safety, the environment of our earth, something we all share together, ties these diverse people together so that they can act all above the circle of spirit, circle of non-physical things like religion, laws, yeah? What's important is the physical stuff. So now you know why they're on strike at the Walmart. It's a little buzzy, you know. I think the fact that Mercury trined it and is entrined to it now as we speak, that there's wonderful new information coming out. I'm sure getting a lot of stuff. Tell you one thing, I'm aware that there are, like with Neptune has a chemistry side to it that I don't know. I'm a chemical engineer, and I really got into the hazards of Neptune and all the chemistry in our world and what it's been doing. But Uranus is electrical things, EMF, all the electronics that we have. The policeman puts the radar gun in his lap and gets testicular cancer. You are using a cell phone right up next to your brain that's having some effect. We have not yet discovered the hazards of using all this electronic tools. And I don't think there's any real truth come out yet in occupational health or in EPA that says, look out, you're living next to that great big broadcast antenna and it potentiates cancer. I knew that from the EPA guy about 30 years ago, but you haven't been told. So there's questionable things about this. There are bad science. Yes, there are bad scientists. Who you think Kepler was, you know, and Whiston, and all those guys that deny astrology. They're bad scientists. They're bought and paid for. Who in the corporations are manufacturing all these deadly new scientific tools? Bad scientists. Just as many as there are bad Neptune people, there are bad Uranus people. So Age of Aquarius isn't just all fun and games. No, there's going to be challenges. Well, let's look at some of them day by day. I got the planetary pattern here. Noticeable is that Saturn is now 150 degrees from Jupiter. That's the seesaw, the 150 degree seesaw. Saturn's up, Jupiter's down. Jupiter's up, Saturn's down. Saturn's up, the conservatives in power, and they off the liberals. When Jupiter's up, the liberals are in power, and they're going to forget the cautions of the conservatives. So, you know, okay, enough said. What's it like day by day? Well, I'm going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern, and as it makes angles to the various planets, it generates the mood of the times, which on Friday is pretty chaotic. Now, this is the 7th. It's still 6 days before Uranus stations, but of course Uranus gets 20 days on either side. We're already getting earthquakes here and stuff, and I'm clear back on the 25th of November. So you're going to feel some quakes here. You're going to feel some shakings here. It's Friday, December 7th, the day that lives in infamy. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that Pearl Harbor business, but this is in the middle of Friday, in the afternoon of Friday, when the moon opposes Uranus, and everybody goes, eek, what's going on with the shaking and the power outages, and, you know, and there's a sense of panic in the evening after dinner as the moon squares Pluto on December 7th. Not a real good day, but then you're getting used to these chaotic, screwed up Fridays, aren't you? I don't think this one you'll be used to. I think this one's going to shake everybody a little bit. Yep. Feels a little better Saturday morning, briefly. While there's a trine to Jupiter, we get good information. And then everybody goes into Martian gear. There's a square to Mars about lunchtime. And everybody's in high energy and wants to protect, but we don't know what to do. In the afternoon, finally there's a sextile to the sun. We get our heads. We feel a little better. Now we know what to do. Things mellow out. The moon's in Libra, in the middle of Libra. And Saturday afternoon and evening should be without so much chaos. Uranus generates chaos, you know. When it does and it throws everything around, these two people start talking to each other. It generates brotherhood. Yes. Now, Sunday in the morning, the moon's still in Libra here, and it doesn't change too much until you get to the middle of the day when the moon shifts into Scorpio, and there's a trine to Neptune. Oh, it's Sunday. Let's all go to church. Let's listen to the guy in the pulpit. Let's listen to the preacher. Go out there, sit under a tree, listen to the birds, listen to the wind. Yeah? Listen to the real spirit inside yourself and outside yourself. Now, when you look in the sky and see the sun, say, "Hello, Father." When you see the moon, say, "Hello, Mother." The evangelistics will hate it and brand you a heretic. Burn him at the stake. Okay, enough of that. It gets more difficult as you go through Sunday, and there's a cold snap late Sunday night as the moon goes by Saturn, and it's kind of scary, and it's cold, and we do have some power, though. Early Monday morning before breakfast, there is a sextile to Pluto, and we feel like there's some control going on here. As you go through Monday and the Scorpio moon, in the evening of Monday, the 10th, way late, about midnight, 1 a.m. in the morning, there's a sextile to Mars. And it's a good time, if you're up, to think about what you want to protect, huh? What is there that could shake off the walls? What happens if the power goes out? What do you need to protect? I remember after Aniki, all the power was gone. There were parties everywhere because all the freezers were gone, and so everybody dug out all their steaks and meats and had a huge barbecue because you knew it wasn't going to last, and you had to get them out of the freezer or they'd start rotting in there and you'd have a bad problem. So get off your duff Monday night. Get out there and fix things, okay? Here's the new moon. It's real late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. Oh, excuse me, this is the old new moon. Yeah, this is the Scorpio new moon. So it's kind of a return of the whole month's concerns come back to you. And then we have a little space before the next new moon. So if you've been planning things for a month, get out and do them. Yeah. On Tuesday morning, the moon's still in Scorpio, and it goes by the North Node, and we feel like helping everybody and taking care of things. Early in the morning, got to get up early Tuesday to do this. Yeah. There's a square to Neptune. A square to Neptune here in the middle of Tuesday. Not so good. Confusion, delusion. By the time you get to the afternoon, there's a trine to Uranus, and a little brotherhood kicks in, and we're getting stuff done again here. We do get some help from Mercury here Tuesday afternoon and evening with the trine to Uranus. Maybe the media kicks in, watch TV, check the internet. But Tuesday night late, we're overdoing it. Here's the opposition to Jupiter. Here's when the earthquake watch really starts. As soon as the moon goes into Sagittarius here, middle of Tuesday, watch carefully. Things are going to start happening. And hopefully they'll be small enough to create brotherhood and not too much chaos. That's the That's the goal. Wednesday, on the 12th, you're on the new moon day. It's a new moon in Sagittarius. Happens late in the evening. Get yourself together because it sets the tone for the next month. Thursday morning, there is a sextile to Neptune. We feel we have some faith back, but here is the square to Uranus on Thursday the 13th, and boy, it's chaotic, and you feel isolated, and somebody someplace on this earth is feeling really all alone. So you got to help each other a little bit. This is not an easy time, and it gets a little worse as you go into Thursday night as the moon goes by Pluto. There is a sextile to Saturn here Thursday night, so you might get organized in some minimal way. That's the goal. On Friday, December 14th, we're in the Mars zone. It's time to get physical about things. The moon doesn't go by Mars until late in the evening Friday, and Venus was there trying to help out, but Mars is raging a bit, and perhaps there's some impatience and angriness. Ask yourself what you're protecting before you go into action. Misplaced aggression doesn't work. Friday, December 14th. On Saturday morning, the moon's still in Capricorn. Went into Capricorn Thursday morning, and the sense of panic doesn't really leave until it leaves Capricorn, goes into Aquarius, which happens in the middle of the day Saturday on the 15th. And right away there's a sextile to Venus. People relax a little bit. Here's a sextile to Uranus. The media is helping. We're organized brotherhood a little bit. People are helping each other. There's some brotherly love here. Yeah, a little sample of the age of Aquarius, hopefully, on Saturday afternoon. As you go late into the evening Saturday, here's the square to Saturn, and we're a little afraid we don't have enough. Early Sunday morning, there's a trine to Jupiter, though, and we find out we do have enough, and things are going to be okay. That vibe continues through Sunday, December 16th, and even through Monday morning a little bit. Hopefully that's a good sign, and Uranus didn't shake us all up too much, huh? Local politics. I went further and read this article, the whole thing. Son of a gun. What did I find? My philosophy is that we're doing God's work. Oh boy. Neptune again, huh? Neptune. Came to my mind pompous, pious priests and professors. And now I'm going to add prosecutors. Yeah, in privileged positions. Neptune. Dangerous people. What have we done? We've hired a religious fanatic to prosecute, and he's going to prosecute marijuana people just out of the fact that methamphetamine folks usually have some pot around. Guilt by association? Oh, it's God's work, isn't it? Yes. Pompous, pious priests and professors in pulpits, and prosecutors too. Ugh. 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 Yesterday I watched Fox News put on an hour on 2012, and there was Anthony Aveni, and I realized here's this whole book which is basically about astrology. He calls them sky watchers. He never uses the word astrology. There was Graham Hancock who wrote all these books. Fox News put all these people on about, you know, the 21st of December 2012. Not one of them would use the word, the A word, astrology. And through Aveni's whole book, never once is the word astrology used. At the end of his career, Sir Eric Thompson